Hi, friends. Welcome back. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining me today. I wanted to take you on a journey. This day, I wanted to do a collage in my Hobonichi. It's something that I do sometimes. I wanted to take you through my creative process. I need to give you a disclaimer. I'm not an artist. I don't do this professionally. It's just something I like to do from time to time. So let's go together. Well, I had this free magazine from Uniqlo, and I was inspired by some textures that I saw on this magazine, so I'm cutting some of the pieces to work with them later. Basically, I've selected everything that resonated with me at the moment. I wasn't thinking about how my page would look like, what I'm gonna do. I don't think it through at all. I just go with the flow. I see a nice page that I like and I just think at this second, okay, how can I use it? So I start with this page of two young people standing in front of university, and I felt like cutting off their figures to use the negative space behind them as a space for other pieces. So basically I'm cutting their figures and then I would see what I can do with them. In this process, it's super important for me to just stop thinking, be in the moment, feel things in my hands, and just feel how paper wants to be moved, where it wants to be placed. So I cut off those figures and I just set them aside because I wasn't sure what to do next. And I decided to prepare this paper. I saw some nice textures. So this brick wall felt nice. And then there is this green fabric. I felt that it's super gorgeous. It has nice drapings. So I'm just ripping things by hands because it felt right in the moment. I'm not sure what effect I want to do. It's just, it felt like it's the right thing to do. And then I'm cutting some pictures. Basically, this is a photograph of pictures that were painted by a painter. So I decided to take them as well because they were kind of nice. I like them. And from this moment, I start to kind of measure where I want things to be. I wasn't sure about this whole thing be as a separate leaf. I wasn't feeling like it should be whole on the page, so I started cutting those small pictures instead to glue them separately. The beauty of doing something like that is that there is no goal, there is no measure what is a success, there is no competitiveness. Basically, you're just there to be for, I'm not sure how long, probably took me like an hour. So it's just super, it's like a meditation, but with hands. I love this. And now I start to measure what can be behind the figures I cut. So this blue piece felt really nice. I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And for the second figure, I was like, maybe this one. At the moment when I was doing this, there was no idea behind those specific colors, those specific textures. I wasn't thinking about any symbolism of them. It felt nice to put those pieces behind these pieces. But now, actually looking at this while I'm doing the voiceover, I felt like maybe it has some meaning, like a deeper one. For example, the right figure is this sky blue figure. It's probably someone who has a light mood, I don't know. They're lighthearted. And the second figure, the girl, she is a brick wall. Maybe it means something. I don't know. Maybe it's my subconscious doing something. It's not the goal. I'm just playing around with this and actually looking for the meaning afterwards. It's super fun. I'm not convinced that it represents something big in my life, that it could mean something really, that I need to think about it deeply. No, it's just a really interesting realization that my subconscious made this, and yeah, it's a nice work, subconscious. You did well. So I put those backdrops for the figures where they should be, and then I glue the main frame. It doesn't look perfect, and it doesn't have to look perfect. I have some blank space left. The alignment probably is not that accurate, but it's okay. Now I felt like gluing those small pictures on top of the figures. Here I'm not sure why. Yeah, it just felt like I would add those nice pictures inside the figures. Would we double think what it means? No, like it just felt okay. It felt nice. Like I just put a piece of paper where I feel like it might fit. If it doesn't fit, I move. And then maybe try another piece. And one by one, it just comes together. Every time when I get back to this process, when I actually dedicate some time and sit and do things with my hands, I'm like, why don't I do this more often? It's so nice. But you know, life is life. It's busy. I have many things to take care of during the day, and it's okay to sometimes forget things you like and then get back to them from time to time. So I'm finished with the pictures. I'm feeling like adding some sides to the pages. This blue piece on top of a brick one feels nice. And this one, oh, I loved how it looked, ripped apart. And I'm using my pencil board from the Hobonichi to exactly measure how I want to cut it. And it's super easy actually. It will be a perfect framing from the left side. How you can be in love with a piece of fabric printed on paper. I don't know, it just looks gorgeous. And here I'm using my pencil board again to cut exact corner, because pencil board also has this round corner that is identical to the corner of the page. So I'm just cutting it with that. That helps a lot. Before gluing this blue part, I wanted to add something behind, so I'm doing that first. And I'm layering this blue part, attaching it strictly to the edge. It gives a nice feeling to the page when something is so precise. It doesn't happen always, as you see on other of my corners, but sometimes it just feels like it fills up the space. And this brown part felt nice. Right now from above it looks like a mountain. Looks nice. It's a good time to trim the edges of something that was sticking out. At this moment, it felt like the picture is kind of complete. It feels nice. I left some spaces for the journal entry. It will be quite a small one. I'm used to write a bit more, but at that day, it felt nice. I was just sitting there feeling something's missing. I don't know why. It felt like this figure has some question to the next one, so I just added a question mark. And I'm ready to start my journal entry. I'm just writing everything that I felt on that day, some events from the week that I was thinking about. In the past, it was hard for me to sustain this habit of writing things down in a journal, because I always felt like there is some pressure for me to write things down in a nice way, to write things down smartly and with really interesting notes that if someone would read it, that would be a great piece. But It's actually it's harming thinking about audience when you write your personal diary. It's harming. So just don't do this. It's really worth it. And yeah, I'm finished with my piece. Here how it looks close up. The collage doesn't make any sense. Does it look nice? Yeah, maybe. Does it feel nice? Absolutely. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.